And who is that?
Terence Crawford, that's it. You know, I'm 41-0 for a reason. You gotta have 4 arms.
I know. I know.
And 6 eyes.
Our job is to line it up. And us fighters, we're warriors. We always want to fight the best.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has sent a clear message aimed at Terence Crawford as debates heat up over a hypothetical showdown. According to Floyd, this isn't trash talk, it's a reality check. He suggests Crawford may be pursuing an idea that no longer exists, warning that the version of Mayweather who ruled the ring walked away on his own schedule, untouched and unchallenged. That chapter, he insists, was closed exactly the way he intended, and he has no interest in letting anyone else rewrite the ending.
Man, me versus anybody, I'm gonna always say me.
Okay.
Come on now.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. explained to Smith that boxing isn't decided solely by who looks sharpest right now. For him, legacy is built on timing, influence, and owning the spotlight when it counts most. From Floyd's perspective, Terence Crawford is already well into his mid-30s, and that window has passed. He believes calling for a matchup at this stage misses the point, because the moment when that fight would have generated maximum hype and record-breaking money has long since come and gone.
You think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me?
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah.
That statement landed right in the middle of an intense exchange on First Take, hosted by Stephen A. Smith, where Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford went head-to-head in a rare verbal showdown that instantly grabbed the boxing world's attention. Floyd stayed composed, but every word carried real weight. His message was unmistakable. Crawford could rack up victories, even defeat fighters Floyd never faced, but none of that would alter what Mayweather already cemented. With that line, Floyd anchored the conversation firmly in his own era, subtly reminding everyone that Crawford showed up too late to ever share the ring with him.
I lose. I don't want to lose because now society has shaped things to where if a fighter lose, they talk so bad about, oh, he's a bum. I knew he was overrated. Oh, y'all hyped him up, and now they gotta hear it. But back in the day, they didn't have social media. You know what I mean? So all that.
This discussion has grown far beyond two boxers talking past one another. It has turned into a full-blown split, with fans, fighters, and analysts firmly picking sides. Active fighters have also stepped in, including Ryan Garcia, who added even more fuel to the conversation. Known for never filtering his opinions, Garcia took direct aim at Floyd Mayweather Jr. during a recent appearance on the Ring magazine's Inside the Ring. When former NFL star LaShawn McCoy claimed no fighter had reshaped boxing the way Mayweather did, Garcia immediately interrupted with a blunt response, saying it happened for the worse. Garcia has since doubled down on that idea, arguing that Floyd didn't just dominate opponents between the ropes, he mastered the art of timing outside of them. He accused Mayweather of choosing opponents when the moment benefited him most, waiting until big names like Manny Pacquiao or others were no longer at their peak. According to Garcia, Floyd rarely faced fighters at their absolute best, especially after moving beyond the lighter weight classes. He pushed the idea that Mayweather's flawless record was built more on calculated matchmaking than raw competition. And in Garcia's view, that mindset is where boxing lost its edge, as future fighters became more focused on protecting an undefeated record than taking the riskiest, most demanding fights.
Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
That's where Max Kellerman added his perspective. Always one of the sharpest commentators in boxing, Kellerman broke down why, depending on the lens, Terence Crawford could arguably have a more compelling legacy case than Floyd Mayweather Jr. He explained that Floyd carefully picked his fights, particularly after moving up from lightweight. So even with a resume full of big names, fans recall times when Floyd avoided certain opponents at key moments. Crawford, by contrast, even if his record looks thinner in some areas, consistently stepped up to challenge anyone. That consistent willingness to face all contenders, Kellerman argued, resonates with people and can weigh heavily in legacy discussions.
Floyd versus Triple G. Listen, man, Floyd didn't fight him, and Floyd is an all-time great. But what a missed opportunity. You got Crawford going from 135 and talking about fighting Canelo at 168. It's kind of
And that's exactly the debate: resume versus mindset. Floyd Mayweather's list of opponents is undeniably impressive. Oscar de la Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, Miguel Cotto, Ricky Hatton, Juan Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Gatti, Corrales, and more. Yet voices like Ryan Garcia and Max Kellerman argue that timing dulls the brilliance. By 2015, Pacquiao was past his prime, Mosley was 38 after a long break, Cotto had already endured heavy punishment, and Canelo had to fight at a catchweight at just 23. Mayweather still came out on top every time, but for critics, that small asterisk lingers and never truly fades.
Like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. You know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy.
On the other hand, Terence Crawford timing never dictated his choices. He took on Shawn Porter when Porter was still a formidable challenge for anyone. He dominated Errol Spence Jr. at 35 and stunned the boxing world by taking down Canelo Alvarez at super middleweight. Crawford's issue wasn't avoiding fights, it was that the business side kept him at arm's length. As a high-risk, low-reward fighter signed to Top Rank, he spent years chasing big-name bouts that never came together. By the time he finally scored the Spence matchup, he was already well into his 30s.
No, we knew Crawford is a great fighter, and I did what I supposed to do, right? I tried for every way, and I trained really hard, and he deserved all the credit. No, I try my best tonight, and I just cannot figure out the style.
Was it something specific, the movement, or?
Now, Crawford stands at 38, undefeated, with 42 wins and undisputed titles across 3 weight classes, boasting victories over names like Yuri Ortiz Gamboa, Jeff Horn, Shawn Porter, Errol Spence Jr., and Canelo Alvarez. Still, when stacked against Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s 50 wins, the numbers tip in Floyd's favor. 8 fewer victories might not sound like much, but in the legacy debate, every win matters. Yet Crawford holds a card Floyd never played, the pursuit of a 6th weight division. Should he drop to middleweight and claim a belt, he would achieve something Mayweather never attempted. Floyd capped out at 154 pounds. While he etched plenty of history there, he never chased titles across 6 divisions. Crawford's relentless drive to seek ever bigger challenges could be the factor that shifts how fans and historians evaluate greatness.
Floyd had a lot of craft that mimicked some of the things that Sugar Ray did. So does Terence. And Terence is psychologically a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the same kind of capacity to be charming, and then in the next 30 seconds to turn on his fire. And that, I think, is part of what he's going to take into the ring against Canelo.
The timing of their careers adds another layer to the debate. Crawford captured his first world title in 2014, just a year before Floyd Mayweather Jr. defeated Manny Pacquiao and then Andre Berto to close out his career. The overlap was brief, but it existed. Had Floyd remained active a little longer, a clash might have been feasible. By that point, however, Mayweather was protecting his legacy rather than seeking new battles. That was the core of his message on First Take with Stephen A. Smith. Don't ask me now. If it was going to happen, it would have been when the stakes and the spotlight were at their peak. That window has closed, along with all the hypothetical what-ifs. Crawford's victories today don't pull Floyd back into the ring retroactively.
The thing about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah,
there's an OG somewhere. Somebody gotta pioneer, right?
Yeah,
you gotta. There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure.
That hasn't stopped fans from picturing the showdown everyone wants to see. At 147 pounds, Floyd Mayweather Jr. was a defensive genius, nearly untouchable, slowly dismantling opponents 1 round at a time. Between ages 28 and 38, he went 12-0 at welterweight, ruling the division for 10 years. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford at the same weight was a different kind of threat, explosive, a switch hitter with knockout power and a ruthless edge. In just 5 years, he He went 8-0, finishing the majority of his foes decisively. Crawford also brings physical advantages. He's taller, has greater reach, and offers more versatility in both stance and style.
But were you surprised that, Crawford wasn't running from him? He was, he was very confident that he could stand there and trade, a lot of times with Canelo.
Crawford fought a brilliant fight. He fought a brilliant fight. He stayed at the right range. He didn't engage with Canelo when Canelo was trying to get him to engage with him. And he took control of the fight. He did what he wanted to when he wanted to.
In a hypothetical clash, Crawford's reach and relentless pressure would have challenged Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s defense like few others ever could. Fans often draw parallels to Paul Williams, another tall, high-volume welterweight, who was considered a tricky puzzle for Floyd, one reason that matchup never materialized. Now, add Crawford's ability to adjust on the fly and his southpaw power. Suddenly, it's easy to see why many believe Floyd might have truly had to fight for every round to preserve his perfect record.
Bud's so strong. That's what I said. Why are you talking about 54? None of them dudes gonna get you up. If you truly beat Canelo, why not be the greatest fighter in the existence of boxing? Like, Bivol was the only dude to beat 2 undisputed active champions. Like, he beat Canelo as an undisputed champion, and he beat Better Beef as an undisputed champion. Bivol, historically, might go down as one of the greatest to ever do it. If you beat Bivol and you beat Canelo,
But Floyd supporters argue that his approach was perfectly designed to neutralize aggressors. He wasn't just fast or slippery, he was calculated. He didn't need to throw dozens of punches. He only needed the right 25 while making opponents miss 50. Facing Crawford, a fighter known for shifting momentum mid-bout, Floyd might have used the same tactics that stifled Canelo Alvarez in 2013 or blunted Ricky Hatton's relentless pressure in 2007. Then there's the matter of spectacle. Floyd was the ultimate pay-per-view attraction, the man who could command entire weekends with a single fight. Crawford, even after toppling Spence and Canelo, never reached that level of stage dominance. Floyd's influence extended beyond skill. He controlled the timing, location, and narrative of his bouts. Crawford, despite his talent, never wielded that same power. But if this dream matchup ever happened, who do you think would come out on top? Drop your take in the comments and subscribe for all the latest updates.